So if you're a small block Mopar guy and you want to swap your 318 for a 360, do you know what's all involved? Now most folks that deal with small block Mopars are aware of the fact that the 318s and 340s are an internal balanced engine. The 360 has always been an external balanced engine. I'm sure there's a real good reason for it. I really don't know what it is. If you know, let me know in the comments. It'd be kind of an interesting thing to understand. Anyway, that's the big difference that you got to overcome when you're bolting up a 360 in the place of a 318. There is a small difference with the driver's side engine mount. As you can see here, there's just washers behind the ear, the mounting ear on the block, and the 318 engine mount. That's all you really got to do is make up that little bit of space when you're using 318 engine mounts on a 360. So it's really not an issue that you got to be concerned with, just something that you want to be aware of. So everything's a direct bolt up. The difference will be in your flex plate and your torque converter. This here is a regular 318 to 727 flex plate, a factory stocker. Now that's for an internally balanced motor going to a neutral balanced torque converter. No weights whatsoever. Now the 360 would use the same flex plate from factory. The only difference is they would weld weights onto the torque converter itself to address the balancing issue. This is a B&M 10239 part number flex plate that'll help you connect external balanced 360 to a neutral balanced 318 340 converter. It should work for a 727 or a 904. And with this thing, as you can see, instead of welding weights onto it, they've chosen just to remove some mass from the one side to even out the balance. One thing I didn't know, and the reason I'm yanking the engine out of my truck project right now, is that the 360 external balanced Magnum engine is a different balance than the 360 external balanced LA engine. I replaced the stock 318 in the truck with a 360 Magnum, and what I did is I used that 10239 B&M flex plate that's supposed to go for 318 LA to 360 LA, and it's not going to work with the Magnum balance. So I guess I'm going to end up putting that stock Magnum flex plate in there, and I guess you live and learn. I didn't really want to be pulling that engine out and putting it back in at this point. I'd really like to be working on getting the damn thing running and driving. But I guess a guy has got to do what you got to do. This here is the Magnum flex plate for the 360 external balance to the, doesn't matter, all the Magnums use a neutral balance converter. You can see where the weights are welded into the one side of the flex plate to straighten everything out with the external balanced engine. The only thing that I will have to do to make this Magnum flex plate work in my application, if you look down here, this one hole just doesn't quite line up right. I'll hog that out to match the B&M flex plate, and she should just bolt up just beautifully. So that's what I know about the differences and swapping from a 318 to a 360. If I made a mistake or screwed something up, make sure you call me out and let me know what I've done wrong. But I've done this a few different times and went back and forth actually. I had a 360 in my car and I had to go back to a 318 after a catastrophic failure. So I'm pretty familiar with this whole thing and how it all goes. Anyway, thanks for watching.